Let's be brutally honest for a second. You walk into the same tea store you have been going to since forever, same cup of tea, same packet of biscuits, same guy behind the counter. 5 years ago, that cup of tea was only $2, and today it's $6. Your salary may be up to 30 to 40% in those 5 years if you got lucky with promotions. Everything else, 100 to 150% has gone up. You're not imagining it, you feel poorer every single year. Even when your bank balance is technically higher, groceries sting more, petrol makes you flinch at the pump, rent hikes hit like a punch. Even your Netflix subscription quietly sneaks up every year. So the big question everyone asks but nobody really answers properly: who the hell keeps raising prices? And why does it feel like it never ever stops? Today we're going deep into this hard reality on why everything gets more expensive every single year. No textbook boring stuff, just the mechanics of how money and prices and your wallet actually work. Stick till the end, because once you understand this, you will never look at your expenses the same way again. Let's start from the beginning. What actually is inflation? Inflation is simply the general rise in prices over time. When the average cost of a basket of goods and services goes up, that's inflation. But why does it happen? It's not because shopkeepers woke up evil one day, it's supply and demand on steroids. There is more money in the system than there are things to buy. Here's a classic example. Imagine a small village with 100 people and 100 apples. Each apple costs $10. Perfect balance. Now the government decides to stimulate the economy. They print more dollars and hand it out to everyone else. Suddenly everyone has extra cash, but still only 100 apples. What happens next? The apple seller says, "You know what? I think these are worth $20 now." Same apples, more money chasing them. Price doubles. That's inflation in its purest form. When the money supply grows faster than real production, prices rise. And here's the kicker. The money supply grows every single year on purpose, which brings us to the next layer. Why do governments and central banks keep creating more money? Because economies and populations grow. More people are born, more people move to cities, more businesses open, more transactions happen. If the amount of money stayed fixed while everything else grew, you would get deflation. Price falling sounds nice, but it's actually a nightmare. Falling prices sound great for consumers, but they kill economies. Why buy a phone today if it will be cheaper next month? Businesses can't sell, they cut production, layoffs, wages drop, spiral down. So central banks aim for a little inflation, usually 2 to 6% depending on the country, just enough to keep things moving. They do this by lowering interest rates. Cheap loans equals to more spending, buying bonds, injecting cash directly, or in extreme cases, straight up printing money or adding digital zeros to bank reserves. A controlled amount is healthy, but too much too fast. You get the 2021 to 2024 inflation wave we are still feeling. Too much money printed during COVID relief, supply chains broken, energy prices spiked, and boom, money supply exploded faster than goods could be produced. Results, prices ran away. Now the part that really frustrates people. Why don't prices ever come back down? Once they go up, they stay up. Why? Because costs are sticky upward. Rent never goes back down. Landlords don't say, "Economy cooled off, let's lower rent by 20%. They keep the new higher rate. Wages rarely fall. Once employees get a raise, good luck taking it back without a revolt. Fuel, electricity, raw materials, global prices go up, they stay elevated. Companies face higher costs around the board. They raise prices to survive. Customers grumble, but they still buy. So the new higher price becomes the new normal. Prices keep climbing every year, then they climb again. It's like a one-way street. Once things get expensive, they rarely get cheap again. Look at the US over the past decade. Gas went from about $2.50 a gallon in 2015 to $4 to $5 today. Milk went from $3 to $4 to $6 to $7 a gallon. Rent in cities like New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago doubled or even tripled in some neighborhoods. Electric bills, internet packages, college tuitions, nothing ever really drops back down. Sure, prices might dip temporarily during recessions or unexpected slowdowns, but then they climb back up, usually higher than before. It's like a permanent staircase. Now the part most people don't want to face, but it's the most important: who actually wins the inflation and who gets quietly destroyed? The winners are asset owners. If you own real estate, property values rise with inflation and rent goes up. Stocks companies pass higher prices to customers, profits rise, stock prices follow. Gold, a hedge against currency devaluation, your own balances, your own business. You can raise your prices faster than costs if you're smart. Assets tend to keep pace or beat inflations. Losers are those people who live purely on salary plus cash savings, and salaries usually increase years after prices rise. 8 to 12% raise versus 15 to 25% real world inflation in bad years. You're losing purchasing power every month, and cash is the worst asset in inflation. $10,000 in your bank account today buys less groceries next year, way less than the year after. Even high interest saving accounts paying 12 to 15% still losing if street level inflation is 18 to 25%. The middle class gets squeezed hardest, earn more on paper but feel poorer in real life. That's why so many families feel like they're running in place. So is there any way out? Short answer, yes, but it requires changing how you think about money. Inflation isn't going away, it's a permanent feature of modern economies. The only real defense is to make your money grow faster than prices rise. That means building assets that appreciate or pay you property, stocks, side businesses, etc. Learning to invest even small amounts consistently, increasing your earning power, skills, freelancing, multiple income streams. Avoiding the trap of letting money sit idle in low interest accounts. You don't need to become a Wall Street wolf, you just need to stop treating your salary like it's the end game. Because it's not, it's the fuel. The real game is turning that fuel into engines that run without you. So next time prices go up, you will know why. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you later.